Hey friends, happy 2025. I definitely took my time easing into this year, which I highly recommend. I felt like I needed a good at least a week. I mean, my kids didn't even go back to school until the 8th. I honestly didn't even start thinking about the new year until they were in school. So I took the past week just kind of easing into the new year and really thinking about what I loved about 2024, what I didn't love, what I wanted to change and what I wanted to focus on. I wanted to take you through my planning process and how I manage my time because that's always a question I get is how do you do so much? And it's because I plan everything out. And I don't always get everything done because I'm crazy and I want to do so many more things than a normal human being has time for. But planning it out and writing it all down helps me kind of get a bird's eye view of what's important, what I want to focus on, what's a priority, and what was just a pipe dream. So in this video, I'm going to take you through my Notion, my Google Calendar, and my paper planner, which is the Common Planner by Sterling Ink. I'm also going to show you my vision board, and we'll ease into this new year together. So come along and let's go check out my Notion first. Okay, friends, we're here at my computer and I'm going to walk you through all of the different programs that I use for planning. My main one is Notion, and this is my homepage. It's actually not my favorite. I found this template last minute, kind of right before New Year's, and I love the way it looks, but it definitely needs some tweaking, but I'm still using it and I'll kind of show you how I use it. This is the dashboard here. All of these pictures came with the templates. Over here on the left side, I just have like a quick little brain dump to-do list that I will plug into my actual to-dos, but that's just somewhere where I can dump them. Over here in the middle are all of the different pages that I use, and I'll go into that. But over here on the right, we have the date, and then we have this little Pomodoro timer, which I don't use. I had every intention of using it, but I don't. And then down here, this is my favorite Spotify playlist, and I actually don't play it here. I play it on my iPad, but they had a Spotify playlist here on the template, so I just plugged mine in. All right, so this is where I do most of everything. So the way I use this are the first 3 pages are planning pages. And then all of the rest of them are more like databases. So I'll kind of click into my library. This is where I track all my books. So here's my 2024 books, which I love the way this came out. And then I'm starting with 2025. And I need to switch this out because that's not what I'm reading right now. I'm reading The Paid Bridesmaid, which my friend gave to me. So now let's go over back to personal. And actually, I'm going to go back to the homepage because I don't like that view. All right, and then over here next to library, I have crafts, and this is where I just kind of dump all of the crafts that I want to make. And this is ongoing from last year. This is just somewhere where it reminds me of the things I want to work on. All right, and then meals. This is for meal planning. And this is a new setup for me. This is my table of recipes, which I brought over from last year's Notion, but I really haven't decorated this page to my liking. So this is kind of what came with the template, and then I'll make tweaks to it. This is for my shop. This is one of my clients. This is all of my content creation. I should probably change this from YouTube to content. A brain dump page, which came with a template that I don't really use. A habit tracker that I don't use. I'm really bad about tracking habits. A travel page, which this one's pretty simple. It just has a lot of the places that I want to go do up here on the here on the Big Island. All of this came with template, which I haven't even touched. All right, and then a vision board. So I made my vision board on Canva, and I'll kind of take you through it, but it's very simple. I may actually put the link to the template that I use, but this is my vision board for 2025. It's very beige, which is new for me because I'm normally very bright and pink and lots of colors, but I was feeling like this neutral vibe at the beginning of the year. So, and I actually still like it. So, this vision board is also the wallpaper to my desktop. So that's kind of nice. All right, now let's go back and I'll show you the planning. So these 3 pages, the today, this week, and this month, are just different layouts, but they access the same database of my projects, to-dos, content, all that stuff. It depends on how I want to look at it. So if I want to look at just what is going on today, then I'll click into today. And if I just want to like a bird's eye view of the whole month, then I'll click into this month. But I usually use this week a lot. So I'll click into that. I love this page. I use this page so much. I got this idea for this weekly reset from Cozy K. And I love it. It makes me feel so accomplished throughout the week, just ticking things off that I need to do every week. Then down here, this table has all of my projects, my content, and the content calendar that I'm working on, and then my product line for my shop. And I love it because when I click into this week, I can then just click on these tabs. These are kind of all projects that I need to work on. This is content ideas, and then this is content calendar. And then I have products. So these are the different products that I want to release. Down here, this focus Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that came with the template. I don't really use it too much. A lot of my to-dos also go into projects or a note on my phone. So I kind of use a mixture of all. I use Notion more for breaking down big projects into little bite-sized pieces that I can then put onto like a notepad, a sticky note, or in my notes app. For actual time blocking, I use my Google Calendar. So I used to have a personal calendar and a work calendar. Right now with time blocking, I'm putting it on my personal calendar. It's just easier for me on my phone. I don't know why, but so that's what I do. So for like yesterday, I'll kind of show you. It's a little bit blurred out now, but so I'll time block when I want to do my exercise. Lots of like different little transition blocks too, because I wasn't accounting for transitioning to things and I was always behind. So now I give myself a block of getting ready after my workout, tidying up the house a little bit, and then doing content, and then breaking for lunch because I was really bad about breaking for lunch, and then doing a block for admin because I have a tendency to kind of push off admin stuff. So yeah, so I like this view because then I can look at it quickly and make sure that I'm doing all of my work before the girls get out from school. Then I have tasks. So there's some tasks up here that I can check off too. Sometimes I'll put tasks on my Google Calendar if I'm like this sign Amy for ukulele. I was with my daughter yesterday and she had mentioned that she wanted to do that. We were walking, and so it was just so easy for me to pull up my Google Calendar, add a task, rather than go into my Notion, go to this week, go down into the projects. Like, that's just too much. Using the Notes app is newer to me, so Google Calendar is just so quick. So I can just go into Google Calendar, tap Add Task, and do that. All right, so I'm going to take a quick pause. I've got to get on a meeting call, and then I will pick back up and show you my actual paper planner because I use that as well. We'll talk a little bit more about using digital and paper together. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, so this is my monthly spreads, and the way that I approach my monthly spreads is to just plan out my content. I don't put a lot of life stuff on here or tasks. It's really just the ideas that I have for the videos, short form, and just to give myself a space to be creative. I use the weekly layout for journaling. So throughout the week, sometimes I'll have notes here, but I use it as a place to journal about what happens during that week. This is just a little sticky note that I'm covering up something, but this is what I use my paper planner for. Over in the back, there are these grid pages. This is just a pen board. But these grid pages, so I have a lot more space to kind of write out more detailed notes. But I've since started doing this in Notion, but sometimes it's nice to have pen to paper feel. when writing out notes. So like pen test. I'm definitely using the monthly and the weeklies the most. But yeah, that's what I use for paper planning. I'm a big fan of using digital and paper. I think both have pros and cons, and honestly, it depends on the vibe that I'm looking for. When I am really focused, I can use Notion and I can type out all of my ideas, and I love having that digital copy. But sometimes I just want to sit down with my paper planner and bring out my cute little washi tapes and my pens and my highlighters and get creative that way. And sometimes that gets the creative juices going. And then I can move over to a digital planner and kind of brain dump all that stuff. But sometimes it does take sitting down and getting in my paper planner to kind of get that going. Well, hello, it's the next day. I wanted to finish this video just talking a little bit about my 2025 goals because they're a lot different than last year and even the year before. I feel like for the first time, I have fully recovered from being burned out. I experienced super extreme burnout in 2021, and every year I feel like I have healed just a little bit more. And this is the first year where I feel really excited about striving for more and doing more because I feel like I have a better grasp on my priorities and how I want my days to look and what's really important at the end of the day. So I'm really excited to kind of see what I can accomplish in 2025. So my 2025 goals are very simple. Movement-wise, I want to start taking daily walks, and I've started doing this in the mornings as kind of like my wake-up time. I will make a cup of coffee, I'll take it into the gym, I will work on all my computer work, get started on my emails while I'm drinking my coffee. Sometimes I'll read. It just depends, but I walk for an hour and it's really nice. It kind of wakes me up for the day, and I'm already close to, if not already hitting the 10,000 steps that I would like to hit. And so I want to do that and also focus on flexibility and mobility. So I'm 41 and I am noticing now that I need to be really mobile because I'm already starting to feel the aches and pains, and I just don't want to go down that road earlier than I need to. Some other health related goals that I have is just to start making some different meals. I have been in such a rut with cooking, and I want to experiment and make some different, more nutritious, different meals than what we've been having for the past couple years. So that's a really simple but fun one. And then my other main goal, my overarching theme for 2025 is memory making. Personal and business wise, I feel like last year I was kind of checked out. I wasn't really present, even though I was very relaxed. Mentally, I don't think I was very present. And so this year I want to focus on that. And one big thing that I noticed was I listened to so many audiobooks last year. I read 107 books, and I think probably 90% of that was audiobooks. And I love audiobooks, but I really feel like I didn't give myself the opportunity to listen to my own thoughts because I was constantly consuming other thoughts, books, stories, other worlds. And so this year I want to focus more on actually listening to my own thoughts in my head. Another thing that I noticed when I looked back at 2024, and I like to do this at the end of the year, is look back through what pictures, videos, documentation I have in my camera roll at the end of the year. And I've noticed over the past couple years, I think since my burnout, I have felt myself kind of disappear from our memories and specifically pictures and videos. I used to be a lot more comfortable like taking selfies with my kids or getting in front of the camera. And this past year, I was non-existent in my camera roll, and I want to fix that. I don't want my kids to have to search for pictures and videos of their mom. So I want to get in the camera more with them, do more vlogs so they have family videos to look back on. This YouTube channel is a big part of me kind of establishing my presence, I guess, so that I don't just disappear. And to also remind myself of everything that I do during the day. Because I am busy, but I do feel like you know, it's kind of like if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, did it actually make a sound? Kind of like that. Like, I know that things get done, but it's invisible. So I want to use YouTube to kind of just document my life as a mom and everything that happens, because I don't want to feel invisible. That kind of sounds self-indulgent, I will admit, but it's the truth. So we're just going to go with it. But yeah, that's basically my overarching theme for 2025 is memory making, memory keeping, documenting, and being more present and just seeing what happens and having a record of what happens too. That's it for me today. This is kind of a longer video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, and I will see you next time. Bye.